evening and welcome to Kneecap Biting with the Detroit Lions. It is the NFL Roundtable Talks. We're going to go over a couple of the top news stories that are out there and then go into the weekly Pick Ems. And then right after it's over, we are going into the Lions pregame show versus Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. What's up, Chad Datima? James Burgess. James Burgess says, question of the week. Should the NFL move a professional franchise into the Chicago market? Yes and yes.
And yes, I saw a funny video. Speaking of that, it was Benchwarmer Brand, and
Yeah,
it was
I saw that one too.
the
Where he was,
Broncos and the Bears. The loser gets demoted, while the St. Louis Battlehawks get promoted.
I thought that was great.
He
I,
is
I
so
told I
good.
told I told Jeremy earlier they should put the game on the high school football network.
Yeah, seeing how it's being played in Chicago, I heard it's being aired on the IHSAA channel, which is Illinois High School Athletic Association.
Are you sure it wasn't Comedy Central?
No, no, Comedy Central is going to be the other game for 0 and 3s. That's Minnesota versus Carolina.
Come on. And I'm gonna be there.
James Burgess says, I missed that vid, damn it. Oh, that being said, the main thing I wanted to talk about, and it broke 2 days ago. Native Americans are suing the Washington Commanders to get them to change the name back to the Redskins. And the main reason, and I actually have it right here on what the article said. Bop, 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 bop. There it is.
No one, James.
Which has been trying to get the Commanders change the name back to the Redskins. The lawsuit states the logo on the Redskins helmet is an actual person. It's Chief White Calf. Every time they go out on that field, they were honoring Chief White Calf, and they were battling on the football field with the same honor, integrity, and courage that Chief White Calf had. They should continue to honor that. This was via NBC Montana. And Wayne
So
Shirt
what they
comes.
have them changing in the first place for? I thought it was the
Native
whole social
Americans
problem.
that was all left. It was snowflakes. Snowflakes. That's all I got to say. It was snowflakes. And Wayne Shirt
Man.
comes in twice and says the perfect thing. Fuck the Packers. That's right. This show is sponsored by FTP, and I'm not talking about the florist. It's fuck the Packers.
Yeah, they made a big deal about that,
So
the whole situation, and then they changed the name, just like the Cleveland Indians had to change their name, and now all of a sudden they wanted to change it back. I just don't get it.
Native Americans never had a problem with it. They were upset it got changed in the first place for the exact reasons I just said.
I was so mad
So,
when they changed it because the history.
okay, well. So, Neil, what do you think about that now that you hear that Native Americans never wanted it changed?
Oh, it's just I feel like nowadays it's just like now people are in other people's business. People got too many feelings about anything. Like tradition is tradition. Like they should never change it in the first place, man. Like I don't like when teams change their names or change their cities. Like I don't know. It didn't seem right when they changed it. The commander's name doesn't seem right. It never fitted with me. I mean, just like the Guardians doesn't fit with me. Like I don't know.
I mean, who
You
didn't
just
love
don't change.
who didn't love that guy standing on the next to Jacobs Field scoreboard, Chief Wahoo? Come on. I used to remember that was a target for home run hitters.
Mhm.
You mean you don't like? You
Yeah,
mean you
it's
don't?
just
You don't? You mean you don't like the name the Washington Football Team?
I didn't like the Washington football team.
Every time I saw that, every time I always reversed the T and F and was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All right.
They always trying to change something, but it's not better for the game. I mean, people just need to mind their own business and get out their feelings, man. Everybody got their thoughts and beliefs.
Well,
I don't know.
James actually said what I didn't want to said. Whitey libs were the name change weirdos. It came down from Congress, not from the Native Americans. Snyder caved because he was starting to be investigated for pilfering money off the top of ticket sales.
Yep.
That being
If
said,
anything, they should have been worried about in Congress is that stadium more than what the name of the team was, because that stadium's horrible. So
yeah, it is.
Stadium's field is horrific.
Okay, Keegan, what do you think about it?
I think this is kind of on the right now. It's on the league because I have a feeling they didn't want to change in the first place, and I think the league made them.
Yeah, Goodell put a lot of pressure on it, and politicians in Washington is who actually put the most pressure on it.
Yeah, and now they want to change it back.
Hmm.
The Native Americans want it back. So you don't
For the
talk to the owners. Talk to the I can't think of his name now. Talk to Roger.
what do you
Goodell,
think about it, Jordan?
Yeah.
This is just the world being soft. They should have never changed it in the first place. It should have been
Right.
Redskins. It's part of the history.
I remember Dan Snyder at first was real staunch on it, and all of a sudden the email stuff started coming out, and this started coming out. Next thing you know, they were Washington football team.
Hmm.
And Gruden got the axe first for one email. When they were searching those Washington emails, the one he got in trouble for was causing Roger Goodell gay.
Yep.
That's no bullshit.
I lost.
That's what started the main part of the investigation.
I mean, shit. That's not wrong.
It's not
People
right,
hate when
but
they
it
get
ain't wrong.
People hate when they get exposed.
You know what you heard what I just said? It ain't right, but it ain't wrong either.
I don't think we ever had any other commissioner in any other professional sport as much as people hate him. Like, that's crazy.
The guy in baseball's getting close, and basketball's getting worse too.
Oh,
Okay.
I
so
was to say it's pretty bad when you go to the NFL draft and every time the guy goes up to the podium
Boo.
with
Yeah,
the
no,
first
it's great.
with the first pick of the NFL draft and then
Boo.
it's just all boos.
Mhm.
Until he says the name, and then the cheering starts.
Yeah, and then second pick of the draft, boo.
So, Will, what are your thoughts upon it?
I agree with everyone. They shouldn't have changed it in the first place. The history of the Redskins was great, from Theismann to Monk to a bunch of other great players in their franchise history. So never should have changed it.
Chad, you say that there's an activist group that wants the Chiefs to drop the tomahawk chop. That's a fan thing. They can't police the fans.
Mm-mm.
They would
Yeah.
have to boot out 70% of the stadium every time they did if they tried that.
That's
And
like the
they're not-
NFL trying to tell Bill Mafia they can't jump through tables. Like,
Right. That's like telling Eagles fans they can't flip cars and burn them when they win anything. Come on now.
That's like telling that's like telling Green Bay fans they can't eat cheese.
Yeah. Or use box cutters. After all, they're Packers, you know.
It's like telling Sauce not to wear a cheese head anymore.
All right, on to the next news. Devontae Adams wants out of the Raiders, and so far, the main team that I've seen being interested in Devontae Adams is, guess what? His old quarterback, Deshaun Watson and the Browns. What do you think about that happening, boys, if that happened?
You said his old quarterback.
His old quarterback, Deshaun Watson.
Wait, Deshaun
what was
Watson
he? What was
played
he?
with
Deshaun
Devontae
Watson was.
Oh,
his
wait, no,
quarterback.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of DeAndre Johnson or DeAndre Hopkins for some reason. But
That's what I say.
Yeah.
I was like,
But,
when did Watson? and
But
him
wait,
play
what was the reason Devontae Adams went to Oakland to begin with? To play with
Derek
his
Carr.
college roommate. And they didn't want to pay him because of Kyler Murray, and Derek Carr is way better than Kyler Murray. So they assumed he'd want more money than Kyler Murray. So what'd they do? They say, nah, you're gone.
Yeah.
So do you see Devontae Adams going to try and get traded to the Saints? Their receiving core is deep.
Their receiving core is deep, and I don't think they need him really. You know what I'm saying? With Olave and Thomas, and then the other guys that are stepping up, they don't need him.
Mhm.
Plus, do they really have the extra draft capital to give back to Denver after they just got extra capital for getting Sean Payton?
Plus, Plus, isn't Carr hurt?
And Carr just got hurt. He's got a
Yep.
UCL sprain.
Yeah.
So he'd be playing with 30 for 30 instead of Derek Carr.
The only teams that make sense for Adams right now would be the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, the Browns, and with the injuries now, because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are out, the Chargers.
Yeah.
Those three
Yeah,
teams
but those
make the
two
most
only got
sense. But guess what? Those three teams ain't got 30 million in cap space to make it happen. So it would have to be some type of restructure on the Oakland side prior to him being traded, which increases the dead cap, which Oakland can't afford to give up. So that is why in the Oakland front office, you haven't heard that DeAndre Adams is on the trade block. It's the same reason why you haven't heard Mike Evans or Chris Godwin.
Yeah. I was gonna
I
I
mean,
was gonna say it.
do you blame
Hey,
him though?
Josh
Hey,
McDaniels.
wait. We don't have 30 million. Adams makes 30 million this year, Chad Detima.
Hey, Josh McDaniels, before you
Oh,
get
we
fired, send him
finally
over
got
to New
somebody
England.
popping in. I bet you this is Nathan. How'd I know?
Nathan.
Welcome to the show, Nate.
Hey, Nate.
What's up, buddy?
I'm gonna
How y'all
get your
doing?
take. I'm gonna get your take
What
on
up,
this
Nate?
first topic that I did in the NFL. The Native Americans are suing the Washington Commanders to have the name changed back to Redskins because they never had a problem in the first place because the guy that was pictured on the side of the helmet was Chief Whitecalf, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Think so.
And they honored him by playing on the field with the same integrity that he had on the battlefield.
Okay.
So again, here we go back to things being changed because somebody said, "Oh, that offends me."
Yeah, I mean it's hot. I don't know.
It's
I
hot
struggle.
garbage.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard. It's hard to buck history, like tradition or whatever it is. And if one person's offended by it, I mean that's not the majority of the people. It's actually, if you ask me, that this whole issue with the Indians and all that, it's actually just really took the whole team. It took their image away completely because now nobody even calls them the Commanders or anything like that. Like it's like I have a friend who's a massive Commanders fan, and he still calls them the Redskins. He don't care, because he knows that that's what they were, and right, wrong, or indifferent, that's just history and that's just sports. I don't know. It's a sensitive subject, but I just think that honestly, if it's traditional, like it's like the Texas fight song. Like I'm from Texas. Like a lot of people find that song offensive, but it's history, so they're not going to get rid of it. No matter if it is a racist song or if it's talking about slavery, they're not going to get rid of the song because it's been in the school for such a long time that you'd be bucking tradition. So that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Okay. The cap hit for Devontae Adams there is 14.7 million. You want to know why the Raiders aren't trading him?
Because they need him.
$54.4 million in dead cap. They have to
Whew.
eat 40 million.
Yeah. I figured there was a caveat to
Yep.
getting Devontae Adams.
That's,
I mean,
that's
but
where-
do you blame Devontae Adams for wanting to get the heck out of Oakland and the mess they got going on down there?
I
that's
don't
wor-
blame him. I don't blame him.
That's worse than quarterback cap hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I think.
But he's worth every penny though. At the same time, though,
Yes, he is.
he's worth every penny.
Yeah.
I understand he's
See
worth
that
every
whole-
penny.
You watch that game; he was that whole offense until like late in the game. Like
And next year it gets a little better. The dead cap lowers to 40, but the yearly cap hit goes to 25.5.
Yeah.
So
Yo, I think.
might as well just wait till next year.
Yeah, I think the situation with the receivers, I think we have to see what happens with JMO and how he comes back and fits into the offense
amen.
before we decide to do anything.
And look, we're winning games without JMO. What does that mean is going to happen when he comes back with his speed? What's that going to do to opposing team secondary? Whether he can catch the ball or not. I'm just saying, just the threat of him being on the field.
Yeah,
That means they're
being
going to
a
be
decoy-
shading.
Being the decoy is going to take attention.
They're going to shade two players towards him deep every time.
Right.
Yeah.
I just need to
Which
see.
was going to leave up open Laporta or St. Brown.
Yeah, I just
Porta,
need to see
St.
what.
Or even
Brown,
Josh
Green, Josh Reynolds, all
Josh
of them.
Reynolds.
I just need to see from JMO something before I can decide. Okay, maybe we need to.
You know what? You got to wait till
I
after.
trust Brad.
I'm going to say this about rookies, and I don't care the position. You have to wait 3 years.
I'm
I'm about to say
agree.
it's all Lions fans talking about he was busting. Like he ain't even really had this still his rookie
He hasn't
season
even
though.
right.
Like
He hasn't even had.
he haven't even played
He played
9
in.
games. Like
Yeah, he
He
played in
barely had
6
his first
games.
training camp.
He only got half of his first training camp done before
Yeah,
the hamstring
Mhm.
happened.
exactly.
And by the way, the actual letter of the rule on the suspension is he cannot participate in the team practice, so he cannot work out with Goff and the other teammates. But that's nothing that's going to stop Goff from staying late and working out with him later.
Exactly. Goff will do that.
Right, and Goff will do that because he already
oh
had him in
yeah, Goff would do
California.
that.
He already brought all the wide receivers to California after the draft to work out with them to build timing and rapport with them.
Yeah.
How other than Pat Mahomes, have you heard of any other quarterbacks doing that?
I thought Aaron Rodgers did it.
Roethlisberger.
Yeah, there was
Aaron
one in the
Rodgers did it
past.
at the Jets facility, not at home.
Okay.
Manning did it when he played, but no one currently.
I'm saying
else,
right
I
now,
believe.
active in the NFL, that's the only two
No, only
quarterbacks I'm
those
hearing
two.
about it. I mean, Justin Herbert had a thing at the training facility where he
Oh,
had guys come in after practice, but he
I
didn't
mean,
have it at.
Justin Fields did
Daniel,
it, but nobody showed up.
No, they showed up. He never could read them.
Daniel Jones does it
Daniel Jones does it. Okay, so there's
in
4
Charlotte
quarterbacks.
or
There's
North.
4.
Justin
There,
The
Justin
point is,
Fields
it's
did
not
it, but
very many that do it.
yeah,
Justin
Justin
Fields
Fields.
did it, but then would take off running.
Like a Lamar.
No, Lamar doesn't. Lamar's getting better in the pocket, and you can see it, but he still has that tendency to want to run.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yes.
Can't help what you've been taught.
You know,
He's
didn't he come out of
athletic enough
Louisville?
to do it though.
Didn't he
did,
come out of?
yeah.
Old habits.
Yeah.
Old habits die
Yeah,
hard.
he out of Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville has that air raid spread offense that keyed off on his running. Then, if you remember
Old
right,
habits die hard, y'all. You gotta remember
they do.
that.
And Justin Fields, he didn't look as much of a pocket passer at Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Whereas C.J. Stroud was more of a pocket passer that only ran when the pocket collapsed.
Right.
Yeah.
And I said coming out that C.J. Stroud compared to Justin Fields was a much better NFL caliber quarterback.
Well, he wasn't
coming
known
out.
for his running ability. He was known for his passing ability.
Right,
That's
and plus
what's-
everybody says, well, that's because Ohio State doesn't develop quarterbacks. I said it's a damn good thing he was developed in high school and attended Tom Brady's camp twice and Peyton Manning's camp once during high school. That makes a
Y'all,
big
we're
difference.
talking about my Ohio State quarterbacks and my Ohio State team. I know y'all all Michigan fans, but y'all
No. Hey, other than
my
Art,
quarterbacks ain't never had chances.
hey, other than Art Schlichter in arena football, y'all haven't had crap in the NFL for quarterback. And
I
that's
am not.
not
I am
so
not. I am not a Michigan or
disrespectful.
Ohio State fan. So
Say
I'm
what?
not either.
in
I
the
have no dog in
NFL.
the race.
Michigan State.
Yeah,
The
Michigan
only
State can't
quarterback
talk.
is Leweek or whatever.
Ooh. Yeah, Malik, I can't hit the ocean falling out of a boat, Willis.
No, I was talking about Brian Leweerke or whatever.
Oh, Brian Lewerke. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can look that up.
That's the only Michigan State quarterback in the NFL right now.
Hey, you want to know what your Ohio
No,
State
you're
quarterback
wrong.
claim to fame is?
Kirk Cousins.
I'm about to say
Kirk
Kirk Cousins is
That's
Oh,
Michigan
yeah.
Michigan
State.
I'm
State.
talking about recently.
Hey, Ohio State
How
quarterbacks,
recently?
what they can.
What's better recent than today?
Ohio
Huh?
State quarterbacks can say one thing: they make great NFL analysts. Just ask Kurt Herbstreit.
True.
Oh my God.
And wide receivers.
Y'all got Michigan got Tom Brady now. They got the best.
Hey, no,
quarterbacks
I
going
didn't.
now.
I ain't saying nothing about Michigan quarterbacks. I
Right.
didn't say anything. I didn't bring that up. You did. I wasn't
Hey,
saying it.
Hey,
I
JJ McCarthy is the next Tom Brady. Wink, wink.
Yeah, right.
That'd be-
That being said,
I ain't got nothing to say. Go ahead.
rest in peace to Mel Tucker's career as he was officially fired as of today from MSU, Michigan State University.
Yep,
He's still gonna get paid.
he is.
No. There was a
They gonna,
clause. There was a clause about sexual conduct in there. He gets nothing.
he gonna take him to court. You talking about taking him to court? I know
Good
that.
Go
luck
ahead.
taking him to court.
Go ahead. There's recordings of the stuff he said to that girl. He's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never
Wasn't
getting
she
it
like
wrong again.
a speaker for women doing sexual assault too? Like he's
Watch him be like Urban Meyer, who's on TV somehow.
He's gonna get the Deshaun Watson lawyer.
Maybe
Well
he'll get-
done. No, never mess with Crusader chicks. Never.
Hey man,
I mean,
would you say what?
he said, Mel done fucked up. Never mess with Crusader chicks. Never. In
Man.
capital letters. James Burgess, when J-Mo comes back, the NFC North is going to cry an ocean of tears.
they will.
You know what? I'm not going to say he's going to light the world
Speed
on
does
fire.
for you in NFL.
Yeah,
What you
speed.
say? I'm sorry. Jay.
Here's the one thing I am going to say. That type of speed garners two guys, one short, one deep, because they never know where he's going, and they got to keep somebody over the top. But that type of speed in a safety zone is blow the top off of a safety zone speed. This is
Yeah,
something the Lions
Just look at the
haven't
Miami
had.
Dolphins.
He's faster than at least Jalen Waddle. That's been said. Jalen Waddle said he was the fastest man on the field at Alabama.
No.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, yeah, this speed kills, man. Like,
Yes, it does.
yeah, just the threat of that speed. You feel me?
And
Like,
it has nothing to do with his hands.
come on, he ain't really that bad. Like he that bad at catching though.
Yeah,
He didn't have a lot of drop balls.
You know, I said this too. This was his first. This
he
was
was
his
on for
rookie.
speed for a while.
This was his rookie offseason, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you think about it, go back to 2020, was it? Or was it 2021? When did they draft
Yeah.
Chase?
20,
Oh, 2021.
No one.
Bengals drafted Chase. Do you remember how the beat writers and ESPN writers and everybody was butchering him for the drops in the preseason? They butchered him. They said this guy might not start for a Pop Warner team.
And look at him.
And what did he do that season when he came in and played?
One
He
rookie
balled,
of the
show
year.
out.
he balled the fuck out. He broke
Yes.
Justin Jefferson's rookie receiving record. And I'm not saying J-Mo is anywhere near that or going to be that good. I'm just saying preseason is different than in-game. In-game,
Yes.
J-Mo didn't have drop issues at Alabama. Now, granted,
Not at all.
he was being thrown to by who?
Mac Jones.
Tua.
Tua.
McCorkle.
No, you're wrong. Bryce Young.
McCorkle and Bryce Young.
That's
Let-
right. He never played with Mac Jones.
Oh, he was on. That's right. He wasn't up in the depth chart yet because he had to.
He was only at Ohio State as a starter.
Yeah, he was at Ohio State for a year too. That's not good.
Yeah,
he
yep.
was at-
and he
he
was
was at
buried on
Ohio
the depth
State.
chart there.
He was at Ohio State and then only played at Alabama for 1 year.
But what he did do, and this is why I said if he fails as a wide receiver, they're gonna keep him that contract because it's stupid not to because of the price and the dead cap ramifications of getting rid of a first round pick. They'll move him to special teams.
I was gonna say, worst comes worst, you can make him as a gunner or something.
He did good as a gunner there on punt return, on the punt coverage teams, but he was electric returning kicks.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say that's what
One out of five. 1 out of 5 he took to the house at Alabama. And I'm not saying the rules are the same, but they're very similar now that everybody starts on a kickoff at the 25, right?
Yep.
So if you got somebody that can take it from one end to the other end and nobody can catch them, if he starts to fail as a wide receiver by week 5 next season, I would consider just making him a kick returner.
Yeah.
Damn, that would really piss off a lot of Detroit fans.
It would piss off a lot of Detroit fans, but it makes them useful for the team.
True.
I'm talking about
And that's no different than the Miami Dolphins drafted Ted Ginn and then say they got him for his punt returning
yeah,
skills.
they did the exact, and they took him late in the first round that year, didn't they?
Yes.
Right, like Ted Ginn developed over a couple years and became a good
So
And
what
receiver.
you're
then
So
he
with
got
us.
you just don't give a
so
What?
what you're saying is he's going down the path of Jamal Agnew.
Oh God.
no
I'm
Jamal
not saying that
Don't
at
say
Agnew
all.
was
that.
drafted
I see
later
J-Mo.
in the draft.
I see J-Mo proving
So
to a lot of people
what is his
he good and he gonna make
floor?
a lot of people shut up.
What is JMO's floor?
Devin
Is it
Hester.
Ted Ginn?
It's
Devin
Devin Hester. Because
No,
Ted
Devin
Ginn
Hester's
was
an All-Pro.
good at returning kicks, but he wasn't great. This kid was just like Devin Hester in college. He was taking crap to the house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
I seen a lot of games with Ted Ginn, that receiver doing showed out too.
Yeah,
So
because he would
James. Oh,
the things
sorry.
with the thing with the thing with Ted Ginn though, if it was further than 10 yards away, his hands turned into bricks. It was a lot of slant routes that he was
Yeah.
able to catch.
And James got a good point. Desmond Howard was a special teamer, and he won a Heisman Super Bowl MVP.
Yep. That was the year.
I think with
Remember that?
JMO I think with JMO is just mental because even though players say they don't read stuff or they don't take stuff seriously, he reads the negativity. He sees what people are saying about him. It's got to wear on him. Only being here his second year, and so I think it's just a mental thing. And I think if he can just tune that out and just go and play and do your job like Dan Campbell always says, I think he'll be fine.
He just
Absolutely.
needs to gel with the veteran guys and hang out with them and feel comfortable.
Yeah. Didn't he? I feel like he took that class that Brady was teaching. And
Brady didn't start teaching it this year. Brady said he's going to teach it going forward. Because after that survey was done, after the first round of suspensions where we had 4 Lions get hit and 1 player from another team, I can't remember, wasn't it somebody from the Titans in the first wave?
I think
Washington.
Was it Washington? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, there was only 5 suspensions handed out to begin with. And after they did that survey around the league and they went and talked to as many people as they could from each team, and 85,
Nobody knew. Yeah, nobody knew about that
85% of the league did not know it. You know what team 100% knew that rule in the NFL?
Vegas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're in the
Because
thick
they're
of it.
in the thick bed of the sports betting where actual JMO can't catch. Stop it. You don't know that JMO can't catch, Mark Malik. We haven't seen it.
His hands haven't been consistent, but he can catch.
Yes.
consistent. He's been a short. Y'all got
You
a
know
short
what?
sample
2
size.
letters
Man
for
never
you.
dropped balls
Or
in
3 letters
college,
for you.
and now all of a sudden he get to the NFL and you say he can't catch. Come
I
on
got
now.
3 words
Don't
for
make no
you, Mark
sense.
Malik,
Hey,
about
his
JMO.
only catch was with a touchdown. Let's give him credit.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
I
I
mean,
got
I'm
three-
people
No,
say
because
that.
he had a catch. He had a catch against the Packers that got called back too. So let's not
That's
forget
true,
that.
In the
Yeah,
end
that's
around
true.
that got called back.
We wasn't talking about drops last year until preseason.
Well, the ones that
And what's
count, the ones
preseason
that
for?
count,
It's
the ones that
practice.
counted,
Okay.
the ones that counted,
Hey.
he has 1 catch and it's a touchdown.
Let's
Well, I'm
let's
gonna
not
give
yell
him
over each other here.
that. Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead. Well,
Got 3 words to summarize JMO. WAS. Wait and see.
yep. That is it.
Got to.
You
Just
can't
wait and see.
you can't call JMO anything right now. You can't call him out on catching or anything because we haven't seen him that much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
There's
right.
not enough. There's not enough to make an assessment on him.
But you do
Sample
know
size.
what time it is, though.
Thank you, James.
FTP.
It
Yes,
is time.
always FTP.
Always FTP. We always say fuck the Packers here. But anyways, it is time for the weekly Pick Ems.
Oh Lord.
We're going to start with the Sunday games because we're saving the Thursday night game for last.
All right.
Atlanta at Jacksonville. Who you got, Neil?
Atlanta at Jacksonville. I got Atlanta. Jacksonville these last couple weeks hasn't looked so good.
Mm-hmm.
And after Atlanta, I feel like all this stuff they catching in the media and the press with Atlanta, I think Atlanta gonna run the ball more than what they did today, and it's gonna open it up for Ritter. So yeah, I got Atlanta winning because The defense ain't all that bad. Right? Yeah, I got Atlanta winning.
That would be 3 syllables, Donkey Kong, not 3 words. Unavailable.
Exactly, DK.
But anyways, Kneecap, who you got, Atlanta or Jacksonville?
I think Trevor Lawrence didn't look Didn't look great last week. He only started playing well until like the fourth quarter. So I feel Atlanta's gonna come out on top.
Nate?
Where are they playing?
In Jacksonville.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley's going to bet on himself, so I'll take Jacksonville.
Will?
Jacksonville.
Jordan?
I hate the Falcons.
Do you think Calvin Ridley's going to bet against the Falcons this week?
Probably.
I'm taking the Falcons.
I'm taking the
Thank
Falcons
you.
as well because you know what? Jacksonville hasn't been able to stop a cold in the run game.
Yeah.
3-3 on the panel.
Split decision. All right. Miami at Buffalo. Who you got, Neil?
Miami and the offense can't be stopped, man. We got Vipers and Corvettes and Lamborghinis at wide receiver, and then running back. Yeah, I don't see nobody stopping this Miami Dolphins for a little bit, man. I got the Dolphins.
Keegan?
You saw how 70-point game. It was Hill, Waddle, Mostert, and a Shane going off. Miami's gonna win this week again.
I will say, in Denver's defense, which doesn't exist, Bills have a defense. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Let's say one thing Bills do have is a decent run defense.
Yep.
Nate?
So y'all going to get shocked by this. I know they put up 70 points the last game. I will guarantee you that Buffalo will hold them under 20 this next game, and they will lose.
So you're taking the pin still, huh?
Push-ups on camera?
Huh?
Yeah, Miami scored 30.
They're not going to score 30.
So you're gonna do a 10 push-up bet with him because he'll do his on camera. If Miami scores over 30, you do 10. All right.
Hell, I'll do it. I need to work.
All
on
right, lock it in. Watch this for like 25, and we both don't have to do it.
I'm telling you, man. Buffalo's got Miami's number, dude. Like I'm telling you, they're like us with the.
Okay, wait till Josh Allen throws 4 picks.
Well.
Oh, he's playing at
Buffalo
home.
by field goal.
Buffalo by a field goal, you said? Okay. Jordan?
34-31 Buffalo.
Let's go, Jordan.
I'm taking Miami. Until I see somebody stop them from scoring 30 points, I'm not betting against them.
Yeah.
Period.
We already did.
Yeah, but you lost. But anyway.
Besides the point, we held them to 24. They didn't score 30.
I forgot. But they still won.
Yeah, they did win, but they didn't score 30.
But it wasn't with Hill. All right. Baltimore at Cleveland. I'm going to start with you, Jordan.
You guys know who I'm going with. The team I picked to win the division. Cleveland Browns.
Will?
It's the Browns against the Browns. Give me the Browns. The real Browns. It's the truth.
Nate?
Buffalo, the Browns have been impressive, man. Myles Garrett's a beast. I'm going to go with the Browns.
Keegan?
I gotta go with Browns. That defense is gonna tear Lamar up.
Neil?
Baltimore was out with a couple receivers. I feel like BJ gonna be back, and the Ravens gonna win and take ahead of this division. Lock it in.
Oh, you're gonna lock it in with the Baltimore Ravens? I'm locking it in with the Browns. 5-1 on that one. Woo! Cincinnati at Tennessee. Or should we say Cincinnati? But anyways, Jordan.
13-10 Bengals.
Well.
All I have to say is Joe Burr is back.
Yeah.
Really? He ended the game on an interception. You're saying he's back?
Back-ish. Give me the Bengals.
They got the dub. They got
Yeah,
the
they got the
dub.
dub. All right. So you're going with the Bengals. Who do you got, Nate?
Yes, sir. I think he's from.
Joe Burrow, man.
No.
He's better than
Okay.
Tannehill, so Joe Burrow.
Michael Huck, who cares?
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty game.
Keegan.
Not
I'm
the
going to
shittiest
say
game, but
Joe
that's the
Fallout. I think the Titans win.
You know, I did skip a game. I forgot. I forgot to ask about the toilet bowl. The Denver Broncos
What?
at Chicago. I forgot to ask about that. But who do you got on the Bengals and Baltimore game there, Neil?
You mean Bengals and Tennessee?
I think Mike Vrabel had enough of Tannehill. They start Malik Willis, and Tennessee wins.
I think they're going to start Will Levis first,
Yeah.
but that's myself. Because they seen Malik Willis start, and it hasn't been good. But, okay, starting with Neil. Denver at Chicago, the battle for the first pick. Who you got?
It ends up being a tie, 10-10.
Yeah, I love it. Keegan.
I'm going to go with Chicago. Until Sean Payton can show that he can coach, Chicago's still going to beat him.
You're a Lions fan. Get out of the chat now, Keegan.
No.
The door's that way.
Hey, wait. You want to know why I want the Bears to win?
No.
Think about this. They won't get the number 1 pick.
Wait, who would? Us?
No. I'm just saying they won't get the number 1 pick, which means Caleb Williams is not in the NFC North.
They're not going to draft Caleb Williams.
I know,
They're
because
not-
he'll sit out.
they're gonna stick with Justin
He already said if it's the Bears, the Cards, or the Texans, he's staying in school. But anyways, who do you got, Nate?
Wait a minute, I get my prediction.
Broncos and Bears.
Oh man, I tell you what, man. I want the fucking Bears to lose, but I feel like the Bears are going to win because there's so much animosity right now with Chicago that they got to get a win at some point.
Yeah.
Denver's garbage, man. Like more than Chicago. Like Russell Wilson just needs to retire.
Will?
Broncos 3-2.
3-2.
Jordan.
One of the lowest scoring games in NFL history. 3-2, boys. Let's do it.
The Bears win. The Bears win.
We're sure we're playing baseball there?
The Bears win because they get Caleb Williams.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Don't
so
say.
you're saying Broncos are going to win. Gotcha.
Broncos win 2-0.
That's even
All right.
better.
This is the
nothing.
telling part, and I picked Denver to win because you know it's pretty bad when you have a 70 burger put up on you, yet Vegas says you're going to win by 2.5 points going away.
That's hilarious.
That is crazy. That is crazy. No, but to be honest with you, I got Chicago winning, man. It ain't gonna end up with this.
Yeah.
I got Chicago winning.
The way Denver's run defense is, Justin Fields might run for 300 yards this week.
I think Justin Fields gonna show out this game. I got the Chicago.
If this was on the road, I would say the Denver would. If this is Denver playing at home, I'd say Denver. But yeah, Chicago at home, I think. Yeah,
Why?
they gotta win
Because
some.
Finn's put up 70 in their house.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I usually go with the home favorites.
There
and I
might
just
be
think
more.
Bears.
There might be more Broncos fans in Chicago than there is in Denver anymore.
Oh, I bet
Yeah.
there is.
Either way, it's going to be fun to watch the demise of those
Yeah.
two teams.
Okay, and then we got the LA Rams heading to Indy to face Gardner Minshew Mania. What do you got, Jordan?
3-1 Indianapolis.
All right, who do you got, Will?
Is Cup back or no?
No, Cup is might be out for the year.
I've got the. Let's see.
But
wow,
wait,
that's tough.
Puka Nakao is playing, even though he had a concussion in the fourth quarter last
I
week.
got the Rams.
Yep. As soon as I said that, he's like, "Oh."
No,
Nate?
I just think their defense is better than the Colts.
I think Richardson's going to play this week, but I'm still going to take the Rams, man. Aaron Donald, that defense is actually legit, pretty good. I was impressed by them. They really shut down Burrow for most of the game.
All right, Keegan.
I have to compare both offenses. Indy's offense doesn't really have that much,
No, you have an offense. It's all Richardson.
and the Rams, without Cooper Cup, Puka Nakao, and
Tyler Higbee.
Higbee. I gotta go with the Rams here.
Neil.
I'm going Rams.
I chose the Rams as well. Tampa at New Orleans.
Ooh.
Is Carr back this week? Nope. That's all I got to say. Who do you got, Neil?
Famous 30 for 30. That's all I got to say.
Hey, that's Jeremy's thing.
Baker
Hey, you
Mayfield
did
owe me
used to play
one
for
for
the
making me
Buccaneers.
like a
He
fool
might
for picking them last week. So I'm going to go with the
He
Buccaneers.
did used to play for the Buccaneers.
Okay, he's going with the Bucks. Who do you got, Keegan?
I'm going with the Bucks with Evans. Rumors out. Evans is just gonna tear it up, prove that the Bucks still want him.
All right. Nate?
I'm going to say Saints, but Jameis is going to throw like 3 picks and 2 touchdowns. That defense is good for the Saints.
Will?
You know I don't like either of these. They're both in my division, but give me the Buccaneers.
Jordan?
State Farm.
So you're taking the Saints?
No, State Farm. Baker Mayfield.
No.
That's progressive.
State Farm.
I'm going to take the Saints because the Bucks couldn't win in New Orleans with Tom Brady.
True.
Oh,
And they had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin at that time.
Yeah, don't underestimate the Saints at home in the Dome, dude. They play like them animals when they go to the Dome.
Man.
Next up on the 1 o'clock schedule is Washington Foreskins versus the Philadelphia Beagles. Who you got, Jordan?
The Eagles.
You got the Eagles? All right. Will?
The Philadelphia Bulldogs.
All right, Nate.
Man, I really want the Eagles to lose, but it's probably going to be the Eagles.
Keegan?
I'm gonna say upset. We've seen the Foreskins beat them last year when they're on their roll. So I'm gonna go with Foreskins again this week.
God, I love when Keegan says,
Just make sure they peel
That
it
don't
back.
even sound right. You was making that statement, Will.
God.
Neil, your turn.
Can we all say we was wrong about DeAndre Swift yet? Because he went in there for Philadelphia and he's showing out. I got the Eagles, man.
I'm
gotta see a
expecting.
full
I'm
season of
expecting
him,
the
bro.
injury. I'm expecting the injury soon.
Yeah.
He's just playing on adrenaline
I got
right
the
now.
Eagles,
He'll
man.
fuck up.
And I got the Eagles, and I got DeAndre Swift going over having another 100-yard game.
Oh, jeez. I don't
Yeah,
like DeAndre.
It's all but Keegan for Philly on this panel.
And let me ask you a question. Why did we make the mistake trading him? He wasn't doing anything for us.
It wasn't a mistake.
Because look what he's doing for them.
It
doesn't
doesn't
Maybe
matter.
we was using him wrong. They
Different
got him. They
O-line.
using Swift as an every down back though. They
He's not an every
using
down
Swift a
back.
way different way than we use him.
They're overusing him right now. He's
kind
going
of
to get
pulling
hurt.
right now here this
And
year
Wait,
in these first 3 weeks.
I don't even care. I don't even care.
The beef.
Look who
Hey,
they
to be
played,
fair-
bro. Look who they
hey, to be
played.
fair-
Minnesota.
Look who they played.
No.
Hey, to be fair,
Hold on.
The 32nd
say-
run defense
I'm
last
not
year.
mad
and
that
it's
we got
worse.
rid of him. I'm just saying, I'm not mad that we got rid of him. I'm just saying, he's kind of spitting in the Lions' face by the way he's showing out this year.
No,
To
because
be
we got
fair-
Gibbs.
That's all I'm
to be
just
fair,
saying. I'm just saying.
to be fair, the Eagles have a lot better skill players around them than the Lions.
They do.
You're-
And let
you're
me
not
ask you a
game-
question. Would you rather have
You're
David
not game
Montgomery or
planning
DeAndre
around
Swift?
DeAndre Swift. You're game planning. to
Listen,
stop
I
Jalen
said
Hurts.
I'm not mad that we got rid of him.
Okay.
I'm not mad. I
Hey,
like
no,
the running back we got.
I
just
didn't
said
bag on Swift except
he's-
for staying on the field. That's it.
Yeah.
No, he's talented,
And
man.
guess
There's
what?
No doubt.
After these 3 games, he has the exact same amount of yardage when he went down last year after 2 games.
Yep. It's gonna happen, man.
Just saying.
He's just gonna wear down. He's a small body.
And
So Lions fans don't hate me. I'm not saying we should.
no, we're not hating you.
I said we still should. I understand why we got rid of him, and I accept that. I'm just saying, but
Trust me, man.
if
There's
he
a
would
lot of
just do
Lions
what he was
fans that
doing
saying
for
the
us,
same old
we'd
shit,
still
man,
be here.
about how Brad Holmes messed up and all that. I'm like, dude, he wasn't going to be
No,
here.
I ain't saying he
You weren't
messed.
gonna pay
Listen,
him.
I'm not saying we messed up. I'm just saying I
Hey,
just
it was
wish what
better.
he do
It was
he's doing right
better.
now.
He did do it for us 3 games a year, and then disappeared in the other 14.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was
He'd have
never
3
reliable.
good games a year, and then disappear because 3 to 5 of those games he was injured.
Yeah. I will be shocked if he makes it all year without an injury. I will be shocked.
Oh,
I
he's
mean,
not going to.
he's already made it past what he already hit the over this year because Vegas and prop bets had his injuries to start at 2.7 games.
Yeah.
That was the over under on injury bet for DeAndre Swift. Yes, that's an actual thing in Vegas.
Yep.
And James Rhodes says Swift has to make it past game 9, and then I eat my words. I got him for $1 in a fantasy league, though. I hope he keeps balling.
I'd pay a penny for him.
In fantasy, you'd pay $1 because I'll tell you what, he had numbers because he, especially in a PPR league, he was always good for 6 catches, which is an automatic 6 points.
Yep.
And there isn't very many running backs that's automatically guaranteed 60 yards for 6 points.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll tell you what. When they played the Vikings 2 weeks ago, I had him, and he went off.
Well, yeah, that's the 32nd
Everybody
run
runs on the
defense in
Vikings.
the league. You don't
He
even
said, "Do
need
I
Taco.
think Swift will make
Hey,
the
I
whole-"
could
and I
run through
think-
the Vikings defense, and I didn't even eat Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Come on now,
Daddy
Neil,
said,
that's
"Do I
funny.
think the Swift gonna make it through the whole season?"
No.
I don't think he's gonna make it through the whole season.
Okay.
And even if it does, who cares, man? Who gives?
Yep.
Who gives? He's gone.
And here is
I just hope he don't. I just hope we beat him.
Toilet Bowl game part 2. Minnesota at Carolina. It's the week of the Offers versus the Offers.
You
do
couldn't
you got,
call
Neil?
it
Over anyways.
the game Will's going to? Come on.
Who you say you actually?
Minnesota Vikings versus Carolina Panthers in Carolina.
Are you asking me to pick who I think will win? I think Minnesota will get their first win. As hard as I ever say it, I think Minnesota will get their first win. Kirk Cousins hasn't played that bad, except for like clutch moments. He put up a lot of yards and touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now offense can score.
Let's
Just that defense can't stop nobody.
let me stop the Kirk Cousins hate with some Lions fans. If he was to continue the production he's at right now this season, he would have 6,101 yards, 51 touchdowns, and 11 picks.
It's crazy.
Insane.
And still might end up 0-17. But anyways, because of that defense.
I'm good
with
with
Keegan-
that.
They're gonna beat Carolina. Is Bryce
Yeah.
Young still hurt?
I'm going Scrota.
Can I say something real quick about that?
Wait, I'll get to you.
No, about what Neil asked. About
Okay, what did he
Russia.
ask?
Neil,
Is
he
Bryce Young
fully
still hurt?
I'm
Yeah.
a Panther fan. He fully participated today in practice.
Oh, okay.
That being said, Keegan, who you got?
Scrota.
Nate?
I'm going to say this. If Minnesota does not win this game, they will trade.
Oh, and then he goes off.
He just gonna say that trade Kirk. if they
Yeah,
don't win.
he's about right. Will?
Panthers
He had a phone
by
call.
3.
Panthers by 3. All right. Jordan?
I need the Panthers to win, so Justin Jefferson will want out. But
That was a
Great.
phone call, wasn't it, Nate?
Yeah, sorry about
Vikings
that.
win.
I knew it. You were like mid-take. But you got
Yep.
who? Panthers by 3 there, Jordan?
No, I have Vikings.
Oh, yeah, Vikings. Okay. Now, finish your take there, Nate, about that game.
I'm just gonna say if the Minnesota Vikings lose this game, which they very well could, Kirk Cousins will be a Jet by next
Yep.
week.
I see that too. I was just gonna say I can see him playing for
And
the
then you know
Jets.
what happens? They restructure Rodgers again to clear some dead cap, and he becomes a Viking next year.
Yeah.
Yep. So who you got, Jeremy?
The whole Brett Favre. You taking the Brett Favre
I
road
took-
again? That's what you're trying to say?
Yeah, you're going to take the Brett Favre Road Part 2. But anyways, That being said, I took Minnesota. Offensively, they're a way better team than Carolina. It has nothing to do with
Yeah.
Carolina, but Carolina does have an okay defense.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Kirk Cousins getting traded to Tennessee too.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Oh.
If Kirk Cousins went to Tennessee with D Hop and the way Traylon Burks
They
has
have
been playing,
Levis. Why would they trade for Kirk?
Burks is hurt.
They have Levis.
oh, Burks
You see
got
who they
hurt now.
got?
Yeah.
Levis ain't nothing.
Tannehill is cheeks.
I don't know about
Cheeks.
that.
Yeah, he's straight booty cheeks.
Oh.
The best.
Booty cheeks.
Anytime Henry isn't having a great game, Tannehill has a bad game.
Yeah.
Go look
They're
at the
very
stats.
reliant on Henry in that offense.
Yep. And then we got Schittsburg at
He's forced the
Houston.
ball to B-Hop too.
Schittsburg.
Schittsburg at Houston. Who you got? Jordan.
Upset of the week.
Houston.
Houston Texans.
I don't think it's an upset, but that's me. Will?
Pittsburgh, I'm calling her right now. Bold prediction: J.J. Watt or T.J. Watt gets 3 sacks.
He's already got 6.
No,
he
3
means in
sacks
this game.
That game.
All right. Nate?
They're playing in Houston.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Texans. I think D'Amico Ryan's got something going there, and Stroud is getting better every game. So I'm going with Texans.
Keegan?
I'm gonna say yeah, Stroud is getting better, but he has to go against TJ Watt in that Steeler defense. So I'm going with Steelers.
Yeah, but Pickett's not anything good right now. He looks like shit.
What?
Pickett? He looks like Cheeks himself.
He's okay.
That's all he is okay.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, he's okay.
Mike Tomlin never had a losing season. I don't see him having this one either. I'm going with Pittsburgh.
I took the Texans because they are at home, and the Texans actually have fans. So that stadium's going to be rocking.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was another reason. Yeah, it's gonna be a hot ticket. Is that on Monday night or is that on Sunday?
That is the last of the 1 o'clock games.
Yep.
Lost Wages playing the Chargerless Chargers.
Lost wages. Oh my god. I was like, I thought you were like giving a promo or something. I was like, what the hell is that?
Neil, who you got? Lost Wages, or you got the Raiders or the Chargerless Chargers?
Go Chargers.
Go Chargers.
Damn it. Somebody read my mind.
Go Chargers.
I like it. Keegan?
I was gonna say it's gonna be the Crimes Raiders versus the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Nate?
You know, it's funny when you said that Arnold Schwarzenegger, go Chargers. I was at the bar, literally, and you know how much I hate our division rivals. Every time the Chargers scored, I was like, go Chargers. And everybody looked at me like I was a fucking idiot. I was like, I hate the fucking Vikings, so go Chargers.
Go Chargers.
Chargers, baby.
All right. Who you got, Will?
Bolts up.
The Bolts suck?
No, bolts up.
Oh,
Yes,
Bolts up.
they do
Okay.
suck, but-
Hey, is Point Star Jimmy hurt? I don't think he's gonna play.
Yes, Porn star Jimmy has a concussion.
4-star Jimmy has a concussion, so he's
Go
going to be spending his
Chargers.
time at the Bunny Ranch.
Who's
Yeah,
their backup? Stidham?
you heard
O'Connell.
that was part of his Aiden O'Connell is the backup, but this could be the week where we see the first player owner in the NFL. He signs a 1-week contract.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady starts for the Raiders.
Oh, I thought it was Rich Gannon. Dang it.
Hey, sidebar real quick. Would you guys be interested at all in training for Chandler Jones?
No.
Okay.
It's a lot of money. He
Yeah.
wants a lot of money. He wants to be paid. You know, guys that want to be paid and they think we're going to trade for him. After the few moves we just made, we have like about 16.5 left in cap.
Not bad.
I don't think we're making a big move for anybody. I think we're trying to roll it over to go with the 70 million that we're going to have next year.
Woo! Pay
Well,
our young studs. Let's go.
Yeah.
You guys don't
got
need
studs.
any old players either.
Jordan, who's
No.
Right.
got?
Lost Wages versus Chargers. Who you got?
I got whoever coaches better. because both coaches suck.
Oh my
that's a tough
God!
one.
Wait! I'm gonna have to give the edge to the Chargers because of their OC, Kellen Moore.
Yeah, I don't trust Josh McDaniel.
So I went with the Chargers
Staley
as
will
well.
fuck it up, and McDaniels will fuck it up.
How does that guy even get coaching jobs anymore? It's amazing. Like, he
And now
sucks so bad.
Now we're to the next massacre of the week. This might be 50-0. Arizona goes to play San Francisco in San Francisco.
Woo.
Who you got, Jordan?
Joshua Dobbs versus Brock Purdy. Whoever would have thought they were two starters in the NFL? 49ers, 41-10.
Ooh.
Will Vogel.
45-6. Niners.
Nate.
Call me crazy. I don't think it's going to be that big of a blowout, but I definitely do think the Niners will win.
You are crazy.
All right.
No, it ain't crazy because
They whooped the crap out of the Cowboys, and a lot of people had the Cowboys at a high thing.
Oh, everybody picked the Cowboys last week. Nobody wanted to pick the Cards. Does anybody picking the Cards here?
No, I'm going 34-14.
Neil, you taking the Cards?
No.
No.
I think it's gonna be a close game because it's gonna be.
I ain't even gonna touch it, but I think it's gonna be like 30-18, something like that. It's gonna be a 2-score win, but it's not gonna be like a 2-touchdown win. You know what I'm saying?
Take the points. Take the points if you're betting the Cardinals. Mark my words.
Yep.
Sunday night football, prime time. The New York Jets are at home to face the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh.
So one team has a quarterback and a defense. The other team has no quarterback and a defense. Who you got, Neil?
Is that even a question? I got the Chiefs, man.
Keegan?
Chiefs.
Nate?
We might see our first firing mid-season, but I think, again, call me crazy, on the road, Pat Mahomes, with that defense, Sauce Gardner, and primetime TV, I actually think the Jets find a way to win this game.
Ooh. Woo! Will?
You're crazy.
Chiefs. Hey, whatever.
Chiefs Kingdom.
Chiefs, all right. Jordan?
You know what? Soft Gardner, not Sauce Gardner. His new name's Soft Gardner.
Soft.
Because he's crying because Mac Jones bullied him on Sunday.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's had a rough start of the
You
year.
kicked me in the nuts, Mac Jones.
Oh, I heard about that. That was funny.
Did you see Caleb Williams get hit in the nuts on in the college game?
Soft Gardner.
Go ahead.
Soft Gardner's going to give up 200 yards to Kadarius Toney on Sunday.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Damn.
Ooh.
You have Kadarius on your team or what?
You're saying that Pat Mahomes is going to throw to Kadarius Toney 40 times for him to get that yardage, though?
Yes.
Because he's going to drop
And
most
Will,
of
you
them.
call Nate crazy?
You know what the pass plays are going to be, Jeremy? They're just going to be screen passes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, yo, Robert Saleh's coaching for his job, and that defense is going to be ready. I promise.
The defense is going to be ready, but the offense can't score. Kansas City wins.
Well, they're going to throw pick
I think the
sixes.
Jets gonna give Robert Saleh a pass because Aaron Rodgers got hurt though, so I don't think he's fighting for a job. They know
We're gonna see more
once
of.
you lose that a franchise quarterback 4 plays into the season, you have
There's already animosity with the defense against Saleh.
I missed a Sunday afternoon game. I forgot about this one at 4:25.
I'm just saying, like, you gotta think he was a game out of the playoffs last year.
You skipped my team.
Yeah, New England. I skipped New England at Dallas. Who you got, Jordan?
Patriots. It's gonna
You didn't say that with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he had so much conviction behind it.
He was like,
He's like the person raising his hand in the class. Miss, can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
It's gonna be an ugly game though. It's gonna be like 17-13 or something.
Okay. What's your question, Nate?
Oh no, I was just being sarcastic
Oh,
when
okay.
he said Patriots. I was like, he's like
Cowboys in a very close one.
Nate?
Mac and Cheese is about to get run over, so Dallas is gonna be out for vengeance.
Did you say Dallas is going to put their sausage in mac and cheese?
Or cream, whatever.
Jeremy, you promised the show was PG. No,
That is
kidding.
PG. I didn't say anything dirty right there. I
Yeah, mac
said
and cheese and
sausage.
sausage. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Keegan,
I agree with Jordan. It's going to be an ugly game, but the Cowboys will come out on top.
Where's the game at?
What the heck?
it is in Dallas.
I think Zeke go back to Dallas and eat. I got the
Yeah,
Patriots,
buddy.
man.
Zeke
I got the
Elliott,
Patriots,
revenge
man.
tour.
Real, like I got Zeke coming back. Like y'all released me.
I don't
I'm
think
hungry, man.
that
You gonna
Dallas defense is going to let another team do what the Cards did, especially in their own house.
Yeah.
I think they're going to shut that. They're going to be shutting that bitch down.
If they do, then Jerry Jones is going to have a heart attack.
Right. All right, and then we got the Seattle Sea Chickens traveling to face the New York Midget Giants. Who do you got,
Do I
Neil?
really have to pick either?
Yeah, yep.
I got the chicken wings.
Chicken wing.
Tommy likes chicken wings.
You're looking good.
Keegan,
I got Seattle, man.
yeah.
I got Seattle, man.
Who you got, Keegan?
I'm going to B-Dubs for this game. I'm taking the Sea Chickens.
Nice. Nate?
God, these matchups suck. Are horrible, man. I want to see what the lines are in these games. Oh God, I'll go with the Giants at home. I think the Giants find a way to win a game.
Huh? James Burgess agrees with
They
you
already
in the
won
chat.
one.
Oh yeah, they did. They did. That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Win another
Wait, didn't they beat Minnesota?
No, they beat Arizona.
Oh, they
No,
beat Arizona. That's what it was.
And then Arizona beat
Yeah.
Dallas. So go
No,
figure.
wait. Arizona was actually leading that game and fell apart. Remember, it was
Oh, yeah,
20 to
yeah.
nothing at halftime. And next thing you know, you see, wow, they didn't score a point in the second half. They're never winning a game, is what I thought.
Yeah, that was rough.
Well, who you got?
The Seattle Seagulls. Oops, I meant Seahawks.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
Jordan.
Saquon Barkley's about to break a rushing record, 297 yards.
Is he playing?
Yeah, is he even playing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was rumored to be
He's out 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's out 2 to 3 weeks.
They're gonna give Saquon Barkley the ball on every play, and he's gonna get 297 yards.
He's out.
He's
All
out.
right, well, Daniel Jones is gonna run it every play.
That
And then he's
changed
gonna
real
fall
quick.
before he gets to the end zone.
He's going to trip and fall.
Seeing how you got an aging Sterling Shepard and a bunch of guys that can't catch the ball, and Danny Dimes can barely throw the ball, I am taking the Sea Chickens.
Damn.
Wow.
We really need to start like.
And now
picks
we are
down.
to the gridiron matchup that comes up tomorrow at 8:15 p.m. The Detroit Football Lions go to Green Bay, where if they win this, it'll be 3 in a row in Lambeau. If that happens, it is now going to be renamed the Ford Field North Complex, just like they renamed Soldier Field Lambeau South. Who do you got, Jordan?
You call it Campbell's Field too.
Yeah, Campbell's Field. That works.
Campbell's chunky suit.
I
Hey,
think
Dad made it in.
I think this is gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a game that's somewhat in the mid-20s. I'm gonna say 27-26 Lions.
Well,
They should call it Lambeau Field, by the way. Boo. I got 24-14 Detroit Lions.
I like it. Nate?
I'm gonna reserve my pick for the next show.
You can't.
Yeah, come on, it's the pickle. Just give out you ain't even got to give a score. Just give who you think's gonna win.
I'm gonna get ostracized for this. Green Bay.
Oh.
Take away his card now.
I don't trust Aaron Glenn. I don't trust Aaron Glenn. That's the reality. I don't trust him to have 2 back-to-back great games.
I understand.
I think we're gonna
Keegan?
struggle.
I'm going to say. Once we beat them, they're gonna play Love Bites, so Lions are gonna win either way.
Love bites.
You mean love hurts?
Oh yeah.
Love hurts. Love hurts.
Neil?
On their way to their NFC North Championship. The Lions beat them 28-14 on Thursday night
Let's
football.
go.
Is that your Dan Campbell impersonation?
I'm just doing Thursday night football this week, brother.
Or Hulk
No,
Hogan?
He sounds like he's going Hulk Hogan on it. I like it.
Yeah.
Or Dan
That
Campbell.
being
whichever one. They
said-
both
Snap it to
look
a
the same.
Slim Jim.
I see the run defense is now top 5.
Woo!
And we just went against the number 1 running offense in the league last week. Atlanta
Really?
had
Or the
number-
Eagles?
No, it wasn't the Eagles because their first
The
game was a
Falcons.
snooze fest. The
Oh.
Falcons had the number 1 run
Wow.
game. Now it's the Falcons after that week because we held them to what total as a team? Oh yeah, 44 yards. 44 yards. That hasn't changed.
That's right, brother.
That defense
And when
is
we
still
go into
doing
Lambeau, that defensive line gets to Aaron Jones and he breaks his injury. And Jordan's Love back there and without no Christian out there receiver. And Tracy Walker's down there shutting down that secondary.
Give him some water. Give him some water. He's struggling there. Give him some water.
Lions.
Now give him some.
Yeah.
it. What you gonna do with those 24-inch pythons when wild on you?
Spit down your head.
And yes, James Versus, Hogan's best and brightest shining moment at the Pontiac Silverdome with the slam heard round the world where he put Andre the Giant through the ring.
Let's go.
I have it Detroit Lions win, but I have a much closer score, and I'm going to say why. So right now, the Packers are averaging 1 more point per game than the Lions. The Lions are averaging top 5 run defense. The Packers have a bottom 5 run defense.
Ooh. Something's got to give.
Campbell out and Quay Walker.
Quay Walker's playing. What are you talking about?
No,
This
I'm
is-
saying with Campbell out and whatever side Quay Walker is playing, we go to the opposite side.
Yeah, because he's the only tackler from the linebacker in the secondary
And he's their
that
best
stops
coverage
anyone.
linebacker, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whatever side he's playing on, go to the opposite.
Yep.
That being said, also Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins is out, so the entire left side of the line is the backups.
Put 8 in there.
Put Aiden there again, like we did against the weak left tackle last week, where he ate. Because they stunted him inside and outside on that guy. That guy was so confused. He didn't know if he was like one of those swinging doors in the Old West.
Hey, if you put Aiden Hutchinson over a left tackle, he might look like the Chiefs' right tackle. He might move before the snap on every play.
Jumping off sides every play.
Yep.
Yo, I really want to take Detroit, man. I really do, but I just don't.
I say it's
We ain't want to hear from
20.
you right now in this segment after what you
Yeah.
said.
We can save that for the next segment. 27-24 is my final with the Detroit Football Lions earning the King of the North statement.
Woo!
Man, you hurt my heart, man. You hurt my heart, man.
I'm sorry, man. I seen too
You
much
hurt
shit
my
already.
heart too, Nick. Come on.
I'll be a believer if we do it this time. I really will be.
No,
Yeah, okay, sure
everybody
you will.
said we'd be a believer if we could win one in Lambeau. We did it the first year with
Come on,
them.
Nick.
Last year, if we can win in Week 18 with nothing to play for, I'll believe in them.
You guys
What'd
do
we
know
do?
Aaron Jones and Christian Watson are coming back, right?
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
And
France is
I'm with
gonna
you on the run
lock
game.
him
I
up.
agree with that, but they're going to be throwing the ball all over us.
I don't think they're
Yeah,
going to
throw the
get
ball
to
deep
throw
a
the
lot,
ball all
man.
over us.
Man,
That's the
Jeremy was
problem.
talking about.
Hutch
Yeah,
with
Aiden
pressure.
Hutson's
pressure
gonna
like
be
we
in the
did this
backfield
week.
all game long.
Yep.
Aaron Jones has been a killer against us, man.
Hutch and
Every-
Grant
I-
can show out again.
This is a different defense from last year. We haven't given up anything like that against 3 good running teams. Say what you want. The Chiefs put up 1,500 yards last year with Isaiah Pacheco not coming on till week 7, and he put up 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He was a top 15 running back. Kenneth Walker, top 15 running back. Behan Robinson was looking like he was going to be the best running back that we've seen since, well, I'd say Billy Sims myself. But guess what? he got knocked in the mouth too. Brian Branch took
Well,
care of
I'll
that.
use the reverse psychology. If I say we're gonna lose and then we win, so I'll take it.
No, if you're using it that, I like it. Well, that has been the wrap up of the NFL Roundtable Talks. I am soon going to be doing the Lions pregame show with my 5 Lions fans here. And if Jordan wants to stay, he can, because I'm going to break it down.
Break
want
it
to stay?
down.
Oh, Jordan, sorry.
Do you want to stay on, Jordan, or are you going to go?
Yeah, I might be. Are you going live right now?
Oh, we're staying on this stream. It's just going to go straight into the Lions
I might
pregame.
jump back in like 15, 20 minutes.
Perfect.
All right.
Jeremy, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the restroom real quick.
Make sure you mute yourself.
Wash your hands.
Shake it. Hey, you shake it more than 3 times, you're playing with it, Will.
That's a good one. God, where do you get all these isms from, man? You got to
Oh,
write a book of
that's been forever.
I'll be right
That
back.
one's been there forever. That being said, number one, the biggest reason why I think we're going to win, Decker's back and Monty's playing. They've already said this. Decker and Monty are both playing.
But are they going to be limited or are they going to be full
No,
go?
they're playing. They're playing.
I know, but I mean, are they going to be limited
They're
on snaps? Are they going to?
I don't think there's going to be any limit on snaps. I think we're going to see Montgomery's back this game.
God damn it! Everything points to us.
Well, would you look at here?
Well, looky here, he says.
Would you look at here?
So I think it's going to be back to that 60-40 split we expected between Montgomery and Gibbs, because Gibbs started to show out late in the game. I think it's going to be a heavy dose of Monty early to break down the interior part of that D-line. Corby Solsdahl might be playing in the stead of Jonah Jackson because he's a game-time decision right now.
Oh no, Jonah's hurt.
Jonah got hurt at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But
What is going on?
But Nelson's out for the year. He has to have ankle surgery. Vaitai, he's out this game.
So who's going to
So
play on the other side of if Jonah's out too?
It'll be Sorsdahl in Glasgow.
Oh, Dios. Okay.
So Decker is back.
Decker is in.
Okay, I was just making sure.
That being said, Monty's back. St. Brown's good. Gibbs is good. Laporte is there. Now, I'm not as scared.
Jonah Jackson's a big.
I am not as scared. He's a game time decision. So if he plays, more than likely it's going to be Sorsdahl and Jackson rather than Glasgow, because Glasgow on the right side, until Sorsdahl plays next to him, he was a turnstile as much as as Nelson was.
Yeah.
So who else is?
And then the secondary part of Green Bay, this is why I like it. Bakhtiari's out. Elton Jenkins out. Devondre Campbell, their best tackler on the team. It's him and Walker. That's the 2 best tacklers they got. And we saw what happened when Atlanta played against them when Campbell got hurt then. That whole right side of the field was so open for the run game, it wasn't funny. So that being said, Bakhtiari out, Elton Jenkins is out. Zach Tom is going to be filling in for the right tackle who's been out all season. The other guy just got healthy enough to play at left tackle. That was
Just
the
a guy.
backup. He's a Jag. I don't even know his name. He's
Josh
a Jag.
Nyman.
Is that his name? I don't know. But anyway.
Will Vogel.
And with their second best safety is out. Darnell Savage is in, but the other Kane
Alexander.
Anderson. No, Kane Anderson.
Zane.
Alexander's already out, isn't he?
No, Alexander is a game time decision, as well as Watson is a game time decision.
He's going to play. Alex is going to play.
I think Alexander will play. I think they should keep Watson out another week, because you know what he does
They
have
need to.
on those deep balls? He's had brick hands.
We say that about J-Mo.
We're gonna see more of Jimmy
No, but
Reed this
there's a
week.
difference. Christian Watson's had brick hands ever since college,
That's true.
because he only was able to catch balls the year that he had the guy that couldn't throw it 100 miles an hour. That was his before he came out of the draft, because the first 2 years he had Trey Lance, and he was averaging a 22% drop rate
Wow.
for those 2 seasons.
What's Amon-Ra's drop rate? Like 0.1?
I think they said in college it was 1.2, and in the NFL it's 0.8.
Wow.
Woo.
0.8. It's the
That guy's
lowest
a
drop
dude.
rate of anybody in the top 20
You know,
wide
when he
receivers.
does drop a ball, it's an easy catch, but he makes some of the hardest catches.
Looks so
Yes.
easy.
Love the sun god.
Yes.
Love this
The
sun god.
power of Raw.
Hey, that guy.
Power of Raw. Love that button, man. I need to get one of those.
I love his demeanor too. He's just a dude, you know.
So with all that being said, how do you feel about this game, Neil?
Packers got a lot of injuries, man. And we're slowly, but Jonah Jackson, that was I didn't expect that.
He's a game time decision. He could go. Kirby is out, so Iffy and company will be platooning the strong safety spot again.
Don't mess up what's going right. So I don't see.
Iffy did great.
I see our defense stepping up big.
What
I
was
see our
Walker?
defense stepping up big, and
Now I will say
so
I kind of agree with what Nate said about Aaron Glenn. We haven't seen the defense be up and stay up for more than 1 week in a row yet this season.
Yep.
We were up, then we fell apart, then we got back up again. But we got Branch. That's the biggest thing. That's why I'm not. If you see the way Behan looked shook and never looked the same after he took that hit from Branch.
He did. He
didn't look. It's like he was looking.
He looked like
He's
Bijan
like,
mustard, man. He looked like he was all splattered from the field.
he looked like he had gray poop on.
I'm calling it
Kyle
right
Pitts
now.
what's their tight end?
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. He didn't look the same after Tracy Walker.
Nope.
Oh, that Davis guy.
And I also think he's going to be fine the week after because he's going to be playing the Panthers and he's not going to have issues. So I'm calling it 2 straight weeks. He's going to be fine. I just need to look at the rest of the schedule.
Yep.
To see how well we'll do the rest. I think
I'm going to give my realistic take on what I think Branch is. Branch covers like Benny Blades, hits like Louis Delmas, and has the hands of Glover Quinn.
I would say Bob Sanders.
No, because Bob Sanders, he always hit big, but Louis Delmas was always trying to take somebody's head off. When he hit,
yes,
when he hit,
but he was terrible at fucking wrapping up.
No, but the way he hits, I said he covers it like Benny Blades, who was solid in the coverage and always took the right angles. But I'm saying how hard he hits reminds me of Delmas.
I can see. Yeah, I like Delmas.
Or Diggs.
Packers have
I think
Rob Newsom. Packers have the 24th ranked offense in yardage. The Lions 8th. Packers D is 17th. The Lions are 18th. It's still early, and I think the Lions found their D finally. Evidently, they dropped their jock and looked.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Come on, Neil. That's funny.
Where is it?
He's laughing. He's trying to cover it with his hat.
He was like, nope.
I am. I really was.
So what concerns me about the defense going into this game is that Jordan Love is not a deep throw passer. He's more of a short guy, get the ball out quick, kind of like a Geno is. And Geno tore us apart.
But we also didn't do anything like we did last week with blitz packages. The thing about I hated about that Seahawks game, and I called it out, and I called Glenn out on it. We stayed in the base defense 95% of the time.
Yeah.
If you put 4 men rushing and you'd only blitz at a 5.7% rate in that game, that means you only sent 5 guys or more 5.7% of the game. That's a Matt Patricia ran defense.
Yeah.
What I didn't like
Matt never blitzed. He never blitzed.
Never. And that's what happened in Seattle. You look, we hardly ever had 5 guys. This last week, we had 5 guys on the line plus a linebacker blitzing.
Yes.
I didn't like that game, the Seattle game, because we had Jack Campbell in as an edge rusher.
Well, they're trying to move Jack and.
Bro, if you look around the league, a lot of teams are putting one of their best linebackers at edge rushers. So that's not. It's kind of normal now. So you can't get mad about that.
No, at the same time in Seattle, you have him rushing, but you have James Houston covering the
Yes.
tight end Will Disley, and that was how he got his ankle broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
thought he got
wasn't
a
in.
special team.
No, it wasn't on special teams. That happened.
I thought it was on
No, it
special
was
teams.
on that play. He was covering Will Disley.
Oh.
Yes, Neil, I agree. They move the best linebackers to edge rusher, but some of those linebackers aren't good in pass
And
coverage.
you also got to remember Jack Campbell's 6'5", dude. He's not a small dude. He's about as tall as an end. So
That's a good analogy. I don't know if I've said this on Jeremy's dime yet, but I have elsewhere. Branch is giving off the same vibes I got from watching Nicholas Lidstrom as a rookie with the Red Wings. That's
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 awesome.
a
I love
that
it.
is nice analogy. Two different sports, but the analogy is great because Lidstrom
Yes.
was awesome his rookie year,
Branch is killing it.
and Branch is looking phenomenal. That's all I got to say.
Jeremy and I have talked about Branch for a while before. And I love him too.
Let me ask you a question. I was chatting with an Eagle fan on Facebook because he thinks that Jalen Carter is Defensive Player of the Year. I think Branch has done more than Jalen Carter has. What do y'all think?
Carter has a lot of pressures, but he hasn't hit home a lot. He's got 4 sacks right now,
Right.
but he's had more pressures than Hutch in the same production.
Yeah, I'd give it to.
Jalen Carter got more sacks than our whole defense interior line. That's crazy.
No,
Yeah, I think Branch
got, like,
is going to win it.
he's got how many?
He
3.
does.
I think he's got 3. He had a
got
half
3
against Tampa. Yeah.
Okay, so he had a half a sack, but he gets a lot of pressure, but he doesn't get the sacks a lot. He's a big guy, but he's quicker. What's crazy is he's doing that as a rookie, and Jordan Davis couldn't. And Jordan Davis was a starter last year.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody forgot about Jordan Davis. Maybe they'll trade him and we can get him.
And I heard Mike Valenti this morning when I was coming in. Yeah, can we cry spilt milk yet on taking Jamar Gibbs over Jalen Carter? I was like,
What?
No.
People need to understand that if we would have taken Jalen Carter, we wouldn't have gotten Laporta, and we probably wouldn't have been able to trade it for Branch.
right.
Like that's the reality of that.
Preach, brother, preach.
Brad is a genius. Just a second. I'm going to go back on camera in a second. Go ahead. So offensively, it looks like we're better than they are. Defensively, it's the same. They've given up one less point than the Lions have given up.
How many points have we given up?
63 points.
No, a game.
Oh, let's see.
It's 75 of them.
Let's see.
Points,
63 points.
75% of them points came from the Seattle game.
63%. Divide that by 3. So that would be 21 points a game.
Not bad. Okay.
And they're at 62. That's still 21 points a game.
Yep.
Might get it.
You know what this game's gonna come down?
Rob, I think it's going to come down to the wire.
Okay, I'm going to flip that question. Do you think Laporta or Gibbs ends up offensive rookie of the year?
I think Laporta definitely has a great shot at it.
Yeah, I don't know about Gibbs because we don't use him. I mean, we have
think Gibbs could, but
I won this in a break. It's a Jordan Battle Auto.
That's sick.
I'm gonna say this with Laporta. Laporta, and I was telling Jeremy this earlier. I said in the chat, like Laporta's becoming Travis Kelce, y'all, for us. Like he gets open, and he's a safety net.
Yep. And it was funny when Pat Mahomes finally hit Kelce for a touchdown he caught. He said, "Yeah, it's just crazy because Kelce just runs his own routes. He doesn't run what I call." And he goes, "Every now and then I just hit him when he's open because I know what he's thinking."
And Laporta's kind of that same way. He's very instinctual, and he knows how to run his routes, and he knows how to get open.
But the one thing I think,
please don't start dating.
The one thing I think Laporta does better than Kelce is how he runs after he gets the ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because he knows how to break tackles. He knows how to go through. And I haven't seen that in a tight end since Tony Gonzalez.
Oh, I love Tony Gonzalez.
Right,
that's a dude.
You're saying Nate, you're saying
Laporta, please don't start dating Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Laporta don't. She's toxic.
Yeah, don't do that. We don't need that media in Detroit.
If y'all saw the podcast of the Kelce brothers, Kelce gave a lot of praise to Laporta.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I was like, game recognizes game. Like, Kelce's the best. And
Kelce's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Nate, you're comparing Laporta and Kelsey. How long until we wait to see Laporta punt a ball into the stands?
Not long.
No.
I think he's going to
He's
do
not
it
going to do
against
it.
a divisional rival.
I don't think he'll do it his rookie year at all.
What?
Punt the ball into the stands. Kelsey did that after he was established as one of the
No, in our
best.
luck, he'll probably get flagged for it. So that's
He'd
probably
get flagged or fined. That's why I'm saying he's not going to do anything like that. You saw what he did.
I can see Dan Campbell flipping out on a rookie for doing that.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What did Laporta do at the
Yeah.
end of the half when he got that touchdown pass? He handed it to the
Gave the
ref
ball to the,
and
referee.
walked into the locker room because he looked at the time left and he knew he wasn't going to be on the field again.
And you know
That's
why?
awesome.
Because Barry Sanders probably talked to him and said, "Hey, be humble and just act like you've been there."
And
And he's from Iowa. Dude.
It's a new culture.
He's from Iowa, man. Iowa has a very strong culture.
That's where he learned it. Iowa. His
Coach
Coach Ferentz, told him,
Yep.
if you act like you've been there.
That's why Jack is like what he is, because Jack is an Iowa dude, and he's all business. He's all mentality, all business mentality. I love it.
I think every NFL player, in my opinion, should act like they've been there in the end zone. If you act like a kid, then you deserve.
Yo, I love celebrations, man. I love
I do
celebrations,
too,
man.
but the best celebration I've ever heard is when Barry Sanders handed the ball to the ref, says, "I'll be back."
Mm-hmm.
You can't get better than that.
Great.
You can't get better than that.
This
And James Burgess is right here. I'll go for this. No knock on the first rounders, but our second round picks are looking better than our first. I like Gibbs and Campbell a lot, and he's right. They do look better. Branch looks better than Campbell, and Laporta looks better than Gibbs. But at the same time,
we had a sample size of Campbell.
Yeah,
though.
it's a small.
We don't have a sample size of Campbell. Though.
Campbell's the third most snaps on the team at linebacker.
Mm-hmm. He's coming.
It's Anzalone's.
It doesn't seem like
but
it.
he is. It's been broken down. The only linebacker that's been on for almost 100% of the snaps the whole time is Anzalone.
If Derek Barnes hadn't a pop, Jack Campbell would be starting right now.
Right. If Derek Barnes hadn't got it.
I could see Campbell starting near the end of the year.
I said it would start right about mid-season. I said it right around week 7 or 8 is when Campbell might make that leap into the starting role, and Anzalone becomes more of the vet leadership from the bench. That's what I see happening.
The way,
hey, crazy cat.
If not the way, if Derek Barnes keep playing the way he is, no.
Yeah, you can't
up that spot. He earned it.
Derek Barnes.
Yeah, he's not. When Rodrigo went down last year,
he took that spot and said, "You're not getting it back."
Like, listen, I'm not giving this spot back. I'm not giving it back.
And people need to understand, like, we talk about why Campbell's playing on edge. Well, what did Derek Barnes do in college? He was an edge rusher, and now he's become a coverage linebacker, and so he's just popping now because he's learning the position and he's finally getting comfortable with it.
Dan Campbell, like, you're not gonna be able to be on this field unless you can do multiple things.
And my dad's right. Kittle's not too shabby, but the problem with Kittle is he can't stay on the field.
Yeah.
Is Crazy Ken, are you saying that as a comparison to Laporta?
No, we were talking about some of the best tight ends in the league.
Okay.
We said Kittle's not too shabby.
Yes, I agree.
Kind of what Laporta's game reminds me of is Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is really good about getting open. He's got good hands. He's actually pretty athletic, like Laporta is.
But he doesn't break tackles the same as Laporta. He doesn't break
tackles. That is special.
That's why that is where I compare him to Tony Gonzalez, is how he is after he has the ball in his hands. Because that's exactly what I remember Tony Gonzalez doing for Kansas City and then Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Especially yours.
I see him more like
and it was
what was the Chargers tight end?
Antonio Gates.
I see him more like
he's got a little bit of Gates in him. He does with his size.
But he's not nowhere near as fast as Gates was.
No, Laporta's very. Look, y'all, you want to know how athletic and how smart Laporta is? Watch that touchdown because look at the route running he did.
It was beautiful.
Route.
It was a piece of work.
Yeah,
beautiful.
That was a receiving route for a tight end, man. Yep. Like, beautiful.
He's a dog. I like him.
Love it.
And that's what. And the biggest thing is we had Bugs back on the interior D line. Our space eater. Even Burrito.
Thank you.
Even Burrito Jones got a sack because Bugs was in.
He fell on somebody, man. That wasn't even a sack. He fell on him. He's just like, I'm tired. I'll just fall on you.
Yes, he
And
was.
Gates
James.
was a very bad man.
He wanted to eat.
You know who else was bad his first few years with his burning speed? And there ain't been anybody that's had that speed come out be as good yet as he was his first 3 years. Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He
You
played
know
for
who
the
doesn't
Packers
get
for
a
a
lot of
while.
love?
You know
He's
what?
still in the league.
He didn't break tackle. Yeah, he's still in the league now. He
He's
was
a-
so fast he didn't break tackles they couldn't hit him.
He's a
He would
Chicago
catch that
man.
ball and be gone.
How about
Don't forget about Jimmy Graham either. Jimmy Graham was good too. when
Jimmy
he played
Graham
for
was a
the
tackle
Saints.
buster. Yeah, he 100%. Not
He
as
was
good
more
with the
athletic.
route running.
He was more of an athletic
Yeah.
tight
He,
end.
What-
he
what do
wasn't
you
as
guys-
good with his route running, but he had hands where he rarely ever dropped a pass, unless it was Drew Brees at the back of the end zone. Then you'd see Jimmy Graham drop it.
Okay,
but that's
I
another
think-
story.
Okay, what about Jason Witten with more athleticism?
He doesn't block like Witten.
Yeah.
Greg
But
Olson?
he's getting big,
Greg
becoming a better
Olson.
blocker.
Was
But
Yeah,
his route
Mercedes-
running is like Witten's. Witten's
Mer-
route running was pristine.
You know what Mercedes Lewis was? He was the Tyreek Hill of tight ends when he first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was that prototypical fast receiver or fast tight end that had receiver speed. That was
Yeah,
the start of
I
draft
remember
year.
Dad talking about this. The best run after catch was Kittle against the Saints. He ran 10
Oh, yeah.
yards down the sideline with a Saint hanging off the face mask.
You know,
Yep.
Kevin Winslow was good too at tight end.
Senior,
yeah.
not
Well,
so much
even-
junior.
No, senior was.
Senior
you know
was
what's-
awesome. Junior's
You know what's funny about Laporta is I really didn't know who he was because I don't watch a lot of Iowa football, but
Me either.
But you know how I figured out who he was. I was actually watching the NFL Network, and I don't know if y'all watch Good Morning Football,
All the
but it was not Schrager, but the other dude. What the hell is that guy's name? God. Anyways, he does the Angry Runs thing, and so he did like a preview of all these players in college that are just violent runners that could be Angry Runs candidates. And Laporta, he highlighted Laporta, and he showed a video of him just running over people when he caught balls, and I was like, man, that guy's pretty good. And then I saw we drafted, like, holy crap, that's a guy I saw in the Angry Run. So he's a violent runner if he wants to be, but he's smart too. He doesn't have to create too much contact.
Here's the thing. In college, they run through contact because nobody is as strong or as fast as they are in the NFL.
Exactly.
You get to the NFL, you have to be smart. You know why you don't want to take that type of abuse? Because go ahead and let Brian Branch hit you like that while you're running down the field. Go ahead and let Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, Tracy Walker.
And I think
Look at the way Cam Sutton's tackling when people get the ball.
And I think that's the frustration we saw with Hawkinson. Is Hawkinson was very reckless with his body.
That was Hawk and drop.
He would try to jump people. He would try to create more contact and then get hurt. Like some players can create all that contact, but their bodies can't take it, and that's why they get hurt.
That run versus the Oilers, it wasn't his rookie season. That was 1982 when he karate kicked the guy out off to the sideline to get the first down.
I don't remember that.
The best kick I ever seen in football was Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah, the punter, yeah. That punter had some.
The best bad hit I've seen before it was called a bad hit was Zach Follett on special teams for Detroit when he laid that guy out on the kick.
Ooh, that's a name drop right there.
That made hit of the year. It got an ESPY. That's how good that hit was. And then
Even
the next
though-
year, those hits were illegal.
I'm gonna say, even though people thought it was dirty, the Vontez Burfict hit against Antonio Brown.
It was dirty.
It was dirty.
I'm gonna say
Dirty
the
as
Calvin
hell.
Johnson one where he caught the ball and they literally almost decapitated him from the head.
You're talking
And
about when he
got
had the
up-
three Bengals guys collide with him as he
No,
caught
this
it?
was another one. I think it was a Saints game in the playoffs where they just laid the shit to him and he just got up like a dude and just said, "Is that all you got?" But like that was a pretty violent hit. I'd never seen Calvin get hit that hard.
What I remember watching Calvin do after every touchdown pass, and this is a testament to the strength of Matthew Stafford. You would always see Calvin walk straight over to the medical tent. Do you know what he was getting done? He was having his fingers undislocated.
God, yeah. Yeah, his hands are all fucked up.
That's why his hands look the way they do now.
Yep.
And Leonard Thompson used to kill kick return and punt return guys. I swear to never return
Sean
kicks
Taylor.
from watching him.
Remember when Sean Taylor hit that
Ed
Pro
Reed
Bowl
used to
guy?
put some hits on people too to
yes.
make you go, ooh.
Ray Lewis.
Ooh.
Remember
Lawrence
Sean Taylor did the Pro Bowl? He knocked the fuck out of that punter.
My God.
That was when the Pro Bowl actually was fun to watch.
Yes, that was one of the last years the Pro Bowl was fun to watch.
Yeah.
My
After
boy
that-
Luke Kuechly would hit people hard.
I love Luke Kuechly, man.
Luke Kuechly was awesome.
I miss him.
Roy Williams was a violent hitter too.
So, score prediction, what is it, Neil?
14-28. Lions.
Don't think it's that close? Wow.
24-14 Lions.
Nate.
Yeah, I said 14-28. Yeah.
2017 Packers.
Ooh.
Sorry, y'all. I can't do it.
Ooh.
Keegan.
I thought you switched, bro.
It's hard, man, because okay, let me tell you right now. Like, what worries me is the fact is that
Neil quit.
our linebackers, I don't know if they can cover Aaron Jones in the flat. I really don't.
Yes, I can.
And Jerry Jacobs cannot fucking cover anybody. And they're gonna look for Jerry
He
Jacobs.
does-
I think Jerry Jacobs gonna put the seatbelt on this week.
He
Okay,
better.
I said this in the chat. Jerry Jacobs and Will Harris. If we don't healthy scratch Gilmore, Gilmore's
Don't put
playing.
Jacobs compared to Will Harris. He ain't that bad yet.
Yeah,
I
please.
think Gilmore's playing. I don't care if they healthy scratch him. I'm gonna be pissed if they do. And Broderick
my
Martin
God.
too.
They're not gonna bring up Gilmore, man.
He's on the 50. He's already
No,
on the 53.
he's on the 53. They keep making him a healthy scratch.
Oh, I thought he was in the practice squad. Oh,
No.
Oh, no, you're right. He is on
No.
53. Yeah, that's true.
Him and Martin.
We got
I
somebody
literally
in.
had
Let's
them
see
on
who it is.
But here's the reality: if Jacobs does struggle, and Aaron Glenn says, "No, enough of this dude," they're gonna bring in Will Harris. So y'all just get over yourselves. And would you rather see
Yeah.
Will Harris, or would you rather see Jerry Jacobs out there?
At this point, would it be? It's like having the same player.
Yeah, it's like
It's
lesser
not.
of two evils. Which one do you want?
At this point, Jeremy would rather see Stephen Gilmore.
Yep.
Yeah, but they're not
Yes.
gonna put Gilmore over Harris. I'm telling you, Harris is one of those
Yes,
players
they
they
will.
love and they like a lot.
Yeah. But they bragged up Stephen Gilmore all
I get it.
preseason, and they put him on the active for a reason. Let the kid play is all I'm saying.
I'm with you.
Give him a shot.
There's nothing been hype about Broderick Martin. He keeps being a healthy scratch.
Yeah, I mean, every week they talk about how he's looking better. Every week, yet he's a
Apparently
healthy
not
scratch.
by or Burrito Jones.
Burrito Jones is the one that I would like to see to be the healthy scratch.
Yeah.
He was one of our lowest defenders last week.
But that's what I'm saying is Broderick Martin is playing well in practice, but he's not beating out Burrito Jones and not burning out Levi. So that says something right there.
And Levi was booty cheeks last week too.
Is Mosley playing?
No,
Nope,
He's
he's
more than
out.
likely. Him and Kirby are both out.
Mosley will
Yeah.
probably play next week because it's
Yeah.
a short. He'll probably play next week, so I think he's ready.
If he was more than 80% ready, he'd play this week.
Yeah.
So I think he comes in versus the Panthers next week.
Woo! I'll be there. Let's go. I don't know, y'all. I don't trust Aaron Glenn, man. We've had really good games where the defense has looked stout. And we're like, hey, Detroit's got the defense back, and the next game we play like ass.
I say
No.
Dan MCDC exposes Matt LaFluke for the bum coach he is again,
Matt Fluke.
and we go 4-1. 27-24. It's a close fought game, and I think that's a realistic score. I don't think it's going to be a double digit. I think it's coming down to a field
Hell
goal.
no, this is a division rival. We're not going to beat them by 2 touchdowns. If we beat them by 2 touchdowns, I'm saying FTP screaming out my house all day.
I'm going to
I
be
didn't
saying
get that.
FTP every other play that they have the ball.
Mine was 28-21.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be a big blowout. I think it's going to be a close game, 27-24.
Cool.
Even if the Packers win, you're gonna still be saying it, so it doesn't matter either way.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, and the way I look at it, y'all, is would it be awesome if we won this game and got up 2 games in the division? Fuck yeah, it would be. But if we
And
don't
we should.
win this game, the sky's not falling. You know,
No.
we're 500 and the team is young and we're
No.
better and we're getting J-Mo back soon and
But this is the team we want to beat.
fuck yeah, we do.
And I'm saying this is the team
On
Campbell
prime time.
wants to beat. And I'm saying Campbell wants it so bad he can taste it. Because all he's ever heard is
But as soon as we got done beating Atlanta, you see, he brought right up the Packers. Right in the speech,
in the post
brought
game
the
presser.
Packers. We going to Green Bay next week.
Hey,
We won
Green Bay
this
next
one, but we're in Green Bay.
And
last year when we were on Hard
Yeah.
Knocks, we saw Dan Campbell cry, and the team rallied up behind him and won a game. What our team will do for Dan Campbell is unimaginable. We will come out.
Team will run through a wall for him. There's no doubt.
Yes, we will come
Okay.
out with.
Here's the thing. Did we think we were sweeping the division last year? I
No.
know there was one person on the panel,
Yep.
this panel right here, that called we would sweep the Bears, Green Bay, and split with Minnesota prior to the season. And Jordan was on there when I said it. And he said, you're delusional.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, you weren't here yet. But prior to last season, did I not say that was going to happen? And you and Dom both said I was delusional. Remember that?
The only thing is with the Packers, you have to understand too is that the refs are always on the Packers side.
Yeah, but you've
got to factor that into the
course.
equation.
But Cleet Blakeman is not the ref, so we're okay.
Hey, I want that ref that we had last week.
Yeah, Cleet Blakeman is a referee in the Monday Night Football game with New York Jets because that's where Aaron Rodgers went. He's mad because his boyfriend ain't there.
Yeah. But every time we play the Packers, there's always some controversial calls, and Aiden's still getting held.
Aiden's still getting held, but you know what the difference is? He decided, screw that spin move, and he started going back to the speed and the swim move.
Hey, that spin move was nice when he got that court sack.
Nasty.
Oh, yeah, but he spun inside.
He
spun inside, which puts him right there in the quarterback's face. Before he was spinning out. When he spun out, he would lose track because he would take his eyes off of him.
Yeah,
that's what was going on.
He's still getting it.
Yeah, he's still learning. But it's nice to see the spin move to the inside because that was different.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now.
I wish he had get a James Houston band though. That would be
if our secondary.
That's my only knock on him.
If our secondary can lock down,
you get a James Houston band, then that would take his game to a next level.
Okay, now Nate was saying something there. Just a second, what was that?
If our secondary can lock down, there's no way the Packers win.
Yeah.
There's no way. Even if they got the ball.
You can say that, but the Packers
I think we're going to force them to pass. I think we're going to force them to pass, like we've done all the teams. And I think the one that's going to bite us, it isn't Romeo Doubs, and it isn't Christian Watson.
Reed.
Nope.
Wicks.
Musgraves.
Oh, Musgrave, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Luke is good.
That's the one.
I think with that player coach you got.
That's the one thing we.
I think with the player coach that we got in Tracy Walker, their passing game is not going to be.
He's like a Laporta. He can run across the middle and he can catch the ball and get open.
Luke Musgraves is quietly a top 10 tight end in the league right now after 3 games. That's a decent sample size to see. So we have to key in on him. I think we got to cover him more than Dobbs.
How much do they use the other tight end?
He's more of a run blocker. If he's in, they're running the ball.
Kind of like Brock Wright is for us.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I think honestly, we just got to get home. If we can get home, like everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah.
All we need is
Lions news.
Oh, what's that?
Lions news. I know Big Dan to us in chat. We signed Darrell Daniels to the press squad, but he said that we might be changing his position to fullback.
I would rather them. I hate when they do that. They bring a guy in to the practice squad and you call him up and then you put him in a position he's never been in on offense. That makes no sense.
You're setting
him up to fail. James Mitchell is who they should move to fullback instead of Cabinda because he played fullback in college before he was a tight end.
I literally
preach, Jeremy, preach. You can be pass the collection, pay the ball. Preach, Jeremy.
James Mitchell's on the roster. We're not using him at tight end. Put him in at fullback.
I said that too, and I also said that gives us a chance to bring somebody else up, like a corner or lineman from the pet squad.
If we bring somebody up from that practice squad, it's probably going to be Coyote Awasika,
Yeah.
Cool.
the guard we have on the practice squad.
Oh,
I tell you what, man. If we can get penetration inside with Mac and Bugs, that's gonna make Jordan Love have to throw that ball at a quicker rate, and then Aiden will be able to get home.
I want
Yeah.
to see more of what we
Yep.
saw on third down there. Almost every
Mhm.
other third down, we had 3 D tackles and 2 D ends, and then rushed a linebacker with them.
And we ran a
And
stunt.
we ran stunts. DNs were stunting with DTs. The DT in the middle didn't have to do anything because he was freed up automatically. That's how Burrito Jones got his sack.
Yep.
I will say
Guess
this.
what that
There's
does?
one guy that does worry me a lot, and that's Corey Dillon. I mean, not Corey Dillon.
AJ
AJ
Dillon? AJ Dillon
AJ Dillon.
hasn't scared me ever since Derek Barnes stood him up at the goal line.
Oh, but
Yep.
that dude runs hard, man. Like you got.
Yeah, but
Derek, yeah, have you been watching him this year? He doesn't run
I
that
have.
hard.
I saw
He's
him against
been-
the Falcons.
he's
He
been-
ran all over the Falcons in one play I watched.
Yeah, but then he's getting less
But that
snaps
was-
because Aaron Jones is back.
But that was with both starting guards playing.
Mm.
Last week when Jenkins got hurt, Dillon was awful.
AJ Dillon's one of those running backs you can't let him get downhill.
Yeah, exactly.
You let him
But-
get past the line of scrimmage, he's an issue.
Yeah,
That's-
that's what I'm saying.
Nate,
I just,
that's why-
hope our secondaries don't try to go high on that fool because he'll run his ass over and then they'll get hurt.
I don't
Yeah.
think the secondary is going to be hitting him. I think it's going to be one of those front four.
Let's go.
you realize AJ Dillon was a starter because Aaron Jones was out. Now that Aaron Jones is back, he's going to see less snaps since Aaron Jones is
I
back.
think Aaron Jones is going to be used a lot in the passing game against us this
we'll
time.
see.
You
Well,
said
And
that
it's up to our linebackers to be able to cover and not let him leak out and get wide open.
Well, we didn't let we let Algier once, and we let
Yes.
Behan once. Other than that, when they went outside like that, they were getting stuffed.
I could see Green Bay running a quick passing game if they got their left guard. and
Especially
left
Brandon Branch came up on the behind when he was trying to come up for a catch.
And that's the other thing too. Aaron Jones is a game time decision. He is not guaranteed to play.
Oh,
We're
so was-
talking about this. If it's just AJ Dillon, they're done.
yes.
If AJ Dillon, without Aaron Jones to set up and tire the D line out, he hasn't done shit.
Yeah, they got that other guy who was in the game too, that number 27. Who was that just the guy too?
Eddie Lacy.
Jag. He's a Jag. No,
Jag.
Eddie Lacy, the cheeseburger in paradise. He hasn't been there in 10 years. What are you talking about?
He said Eddie Lacy.
Well, that was Eddie
Somehow
Lacy's
Jair doesn't
number.
play. Wow, that tips the scale for me.
And I'm going to say it again because I think it's funny. I want to say kudos to Kelvin Benjamin for being the first trans man in football because he, at the end of his career, he looked a lot like Queen Latifah.
Yeah, he did. I mean, she did.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he became trans.
I'm just saying
Oh.
because if you look at his picture that last year when he signed with Buffalo, he looked just like Queen Latifah.
I can't
Dreads
stand.
back in the ponytail, the whole 9 yards. You know
I
I'm right,
couldn't
Neil.
stand that dude in Carolina.
Hey, Nate. Emmanuel Wilson.
Mhm. Not having Campbell's gonna.
If he could sing like it hurt, it'd be a problem.
That's their best coverage linebacker and the best tackler.
Campbell, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's been hits
Yep.
with us. Like we've had issues. in the past.
I thought
James
Rodriguez.
Burgess +3 to Smoking JB.
I thought Rodriguez was your guys' best cover linebacker.
And not since he came back from that injury, he has not looked the same. That's why Derek Barnes took over the starting role, and he just basically told Rodrigo, "Fuck you, I'm keeping it."
But Derek Barnes isn't even really covering. They're playing him more on the run.
They're using him more in the
Right.
run. They brought him in that passing game, and that was when Behan blessed Rodrigo with the
Yeah,
the
that's
stiff arm from hell on his helmet. He said, "You are healed, child."
I can see them bringing Branch down in the box a lot to be that third linebacker to be able to stop the run.
You know,
Yeah.
and you know where that line came from, right? You heard Coach Prime talk about when he was in college and tried to tackle Bo Jackson, right?
Yeah.
I
He
think
goes,
I heard that story.
and Bo Jackson, when I got there, he blessed me. And he just said, "Not today, son."
I think
Well, that's
I
just.
think-
I mean, you saw in that game, you saw the art of tackling, good and bad. Rodrigo and Alex learned the hard way that if you go high on a running back, you're going to get your ass run over. You saw Branch, he wrapped up and went low right at the knees and the legs, and bam, brought him down.
Well,
Yes.
if Behan would not have lowered his head at the angle he did and catch the front of that helmet on that chest plate of the shoulder pad, guess what? The helmet doesn't come off. That's those chin straps are made to do that so you don't snap your neck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was stupid how he got a penalty for that.
That,
Yeah.
that was all on behind. He literally lowered his head, and that kind of hit. That kind. What is it?
The
That
way
kind
the way the chin strap is made, because when you put that much force going down on it while being hit, it unsnaps it to
Yeah.
keep that helmet from snapping his neck. That's why
That
it came
contact,
off.
every play, when the helmet's in your chest, that helmet is coming off.
You know what we're really lucky about? Because that was the type of hit that T. Higgins did on DeMar Hamlin.
Mm.
We're lucky that he wasn't at that perfect heart rate to cause the same thing with Branch. I was more
Yeah.
worried about that than actually the helmet coming off.
Yeah.
Because it's that elevated heart rate that if you hit the chest just right, it'll stop it, dead in its
Is
tracks.
that what it was? I thought he just passed out like when he was like.
No.
That happened.
No, that hit happened. He gets up, he stands up, he goes to walk to the sideline, and he keeled over
Oh,
right
wow.
there on the spot.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
I had to go on YouTube to see the hit again,
Me
and
too.
that's exactly what it was.
Jeremy, and I was live with you, wasn't I?
You and Dom.
Isn't that what happened to
we had
Savion
to
Smith
stop
to the line?
And we had
Yes.
we had
Savion
to
Smith
stop
was the
live
one
stream.
reason why they made they started working on the chin straps to snap away
Yeah.
was exactly that, because his head went back and
Yeah, I
he got
remember
that
that.
knockout thing, and
Yeah.
it damn near severed his spine.
Ooh.
hmm
But that was a different angle. He had his head up while he lowered his shoulders like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
I was going to say the 5 concussion to the finger thing.
Yep. Hamlin was a chest shot, like Chris Pronger got nailed by a puck in the Red Wings game, Red Wings Blues playoff game. That's the danger zone.
So,
Yep.
do y'all see with the line that our line issues we have right now? Do y'all see the Packers listed off?
Well,
What?
if Decker's playing, I don't see it as much of an issue,
Yeah.
because you'll have Decker at left tackle, Sewell at right tackle. The guard play, as much as I hate to say it, when we've had both guards out before and not had an issue.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Clark's the beast, man. They got to find a way to contain that fool.
Who?
Clark.
Ever since you heard that Jonah Jackson got hurt, you've been sort of stressing about that D line.
I just said he was questionable. I didn't say he was out.
You ain't stopped rubbing your chin here
So
yet, bro.
if Decker doesn't play, who's our starting tackle with Nelson out?
Well, then it's gonna. Well, Skipper's out too. Remember, he's got a hamstring injury, so it'll be Sorsdahl and Sewell. But Decker is playing. They already said that. I told you guys this 10 times. Dan Campbell
No, I
has
was
said
talking
it
about
himself.
Clark, man.
I
I was
know.
talking about Clark in the interior. Like he's going to be a.
No,
Oh, you know Decker way you gonna miss this game.
Decker and Monty are playing. That's straight out of Dan Campbell's mouth.
Yeah.
That's a let's go moment, buddy.
Yeah.
But Clark in the interior worries me. With you got Sorsdahl and you've got Graham, and then Rag. Rag can hold his own. Rag's a dude.
I'm gonna say with Rags there, I'm not as worried. They're gonna have 2 guys on him.
Yeah.
Besides, what has Kenny Clark done the entire time while Rags has been here?
Zilch.
He's had 1 sack in the last 8 outings that we've had Ragnow starting at center.
Woo! Rag's a
1
beast.
sack. The other sack he got was versus I've ever around.
The red snapper, man. The red snapper.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we have been on for almost 2 hours. I want to give a shout out to Gloss Negron, my sponsor. He does great window tinting. Look him up on Facebook. He's in Saginaw, Michigan, and he's actually up for an award for the best tinter in Saginaw, Michigan. That's actually
Awesome.
a pretty good award there. Also, come check me out at Brandon's Tires, where I work here at Grand Traverse in Atherton, where I'm the shift manager. I'll sell you whatever you need for your tire purposes. Thank you to Neil, Will, Jordan, Nate, and Keegan. Y'all got any parting shots before we take out?
FTP.
FTP.
Yeah, I like it. Nate,
Let's
One
go
broad.
take the division.
let's go take the division. Let's be what we are. We're
Let's
kings
be
of
the
the
How you gonna say
villains
go
in
take
this
the
Wait,
division when you got a
wait,
glue,
wait.
Nate?
Right there, you see that? That's the king of the jungle. Maybe in Honolulu Blue, but that is a lion. That's the king of the jungle. Let's make him the king of the north.
Green and yellow look like shit.
If they knock us
I love
down,
it, Nate.
if they knock us down,
Neil.
we're gonna probably the kneecap off. They knock us down again, we're gonna take out the other kneecap.
You know what?
Kneecap.
Can you make that our intro? That should be our intro to the show right
It
there.
should be.
That is the greatest speech I've ever heard in my life. Like I was already ready to run through a wall after I found out we got him. I was like, all right, let's go. I'm ready.
I actually like the speech on Hard Knocks better. Guys,
Yeah,
we've been
about
treading water.
taking them to the
We've been
drop
treading
in the
water. We're in the shallows right now. Let's take them to the deep end and drop them off.
Oh, Dan Campbell's got some lines, man. One ass cheeks or what did he say?
How about Jamal's? How about Jamal's? Pissed like a puppy.
One ass and two cheeks, or I don't know how what he said exactly, but I love that.
I don't care if you got 3 toes and 1 ass cheek. We're
There
gonna
you
kick
go.
your ass.
There you go.
Hey Neil,
Oh god.
I see that belt right there. I saw that they're making NFL WWE belts. So if we win the North, I'd like to see you get a Lions one.
Yo, I can taste that.
I was gonna
merch.
spray paint a line on here.
I can taste that merch, man. I can taste that merch for the division. I'm already back ordering. I'm already ready to order it. Let's go.
I'm putting money aside for my merch. I'm gonna have me a hoodie, a t-shirt, a hat.
Oh, I'm gonna buy all. I'm gonna buy all.
NFC
I'm gonna buy
champ.
all of it.
I'm gonna
Shit.
have a flag that's gonna go right behind my chair.
Can we make
It's
a flag?
We're
saying
due
we
for
run
it, man.
North
We're
and
due
put the
for it.
Lions logo
And-
on it. Oh man.
And I'm gonna get a picture of Lambeau, and I'm gonna spray paint it Ford Field North Complex. If
Do
we
that at
win
the top,
this
and
week.
then at the bottom you can do FTP.
Oh,
All I know is that one of them owners has to be a part of Waste Management because he made that garbage disposal company the same color as the Packers.
Oh yeah.
Have a great night,
Jeremy,
everybody.
man, I'd like to thank you for
We
letting me
come
on the
Yeah,
platform,
I have
man.
a blast.
For real,
I will
man.
send you
Good
the
night,
link as
everybody.
always, brother. Have a great evening, everybody, and try every day to be a better person you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts in here.